All right, so for 23, we are talking about basically the topic sentence of this first paragraph. So the term paramedics refers to healthcare workers who provide routine and clinical services. We're looking for the best, which choice is the best introduction to the paragraph? Well, let's read, more about what the paragraph says to then make that decision. So it's talking about, so while the pressures of an aging population, insurance reforms, and health epidemics have increased demand for care, the supply of physicians is not expected to keep pace. So basically, we're talking about that there's a lot more people in need for care. Supply of physicians isn't trying to keep up. We're told some more information about that, about the current state of this, some estimates. So this doesn't actually isn't a very good introduction, right? The word paramedics isn't even mentioned anywhere here. Paramedics aren't mentioned. It doesn't have much to do with what's said later, so this probably isn't a good introduction. So A is out. What else do we have? We have, for many Americans, finding a physician is likely to become a growing challenge. Okay, that seems like a much more appropriate introduction for this paragraph. It's definitely supported by the paragraph, so it's a sort of broad statement and then supported with explanations. So that seems reasonable. What about C? Getting treatment for an illness usually requires seeing either a general practitioner or a specialist. Definitely has to do with, again, the medical field, but it's kind of oddly specific and doesn't really introduce the paragraph, right? This doesn't provide any kind of introduction into this information. And lastly, D, worldwide, the costs of healthcare are increasing at an alarming rate. So a few issues here. First of all, we're mostly, from what I understand here, talking about America, right? We're talking about the Association of American Medical Colleges and talking about the U.S. population and such. So worldwide probably isn't, again, talking about worldwide isn't a very good introduction into this paragraph. And also, we're actually not talking really about the costs here. We're just talking about the supply and demand, as in, is there just enough, are there enough professionals? Are there enough physicians to meet this demand? We're not really talking about the costs of healthcare. So this is also not a good introduction into this paragraph. So for that reason, B is going to be our answer. It provides the best intro into this information.